Howdy folks, it's a Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to X-Plane 11. We are going to continue flying across Newfoundland, Canada, starting at Deer Lake Regional Airport and heading to the northeast and ending up at St. Anthony. You can check those places out on a map if you want more context, but before we begin, I have a few housekeeping things to mention. First of all, and I mentioned this to the racing people as well already, but my videos will no longer be daily or all that regular because my day job has changed yet again. The short version is that the tiny company I worked for was purchased by a huge company. After 4 months, they finally figured out what they're going to do with me. I have to work in an office. I won't be able to do before work recording anymore. My kids are up later, so I can't do evening recording anymore. So that just means the occasional weekend and if I'm willing to stay up super late at night. So videos might be a couple days between videos, might even be a couple weeks between videos. The reason why I'm bothering to tell you this is because if you are wondering where I am, if like a week or two goes by and there's not a video, just know it's because my real life is in the way. I'm not getting bored, I'm not burning out, I'm not leaving, I'm not stopping. It's just time and priorities, obviously. That's why I'm telling you this. I don't know if it's going to start in a couple days or a couple weeks yet, so there might still be daily videos for another week, or come Monday, which, well, sorry, you're watching this like in the future. Come last Monday, that might be when it starts. So I don't know. It'll happen when it happens. Just letting you know out of courtesy that real life is changing yet again for like the 4th time this year. So that means that the videos format or timing frequency is going to change as well. Again, just a courtesy. That also being said, I'm going to focus most of my efforts on Flight Simulator, and then if I do have time for additional recording, then I'll do the Forza Motorsport, and I don't even plan on touching Minecraft anymore at this point. Unless I have a urge or a craving for Minecraft, I might do a quick Minecraft video, but Flight Sim is where it's going to be. Kind of go back to my roots and then some racing if I have time. So, like I said, don't know if it's going to start 2 days from now or a week from now, but keep in mind that is what's going to happen. So, bums me to say that because I've really been enjoying these daily videos for the past couple months. But, oh well, so be it. Real life, at least I have a job, I guess, even though it's going to be really stressful and exhausting for a while, but dumb thing to complain about, right? So, let's stop talking about it and let's move along. So we are all ready to fly this thing. One thing I realized I did not do was turn these off because by default they're on for some reason. This is not X-Plane 11.5 beta. I'm going to wait for the full release for that, and then we'll do some experimentation with Vulcan. Although because my performance is so high on my machine as it is, I don't expect much out of Vulcan. If I had a lower end machine, then absolutely I'd be more excited, but I'm not. I mean, we get 60 frames per second in crazy dense areas with everything cranked up as it is and clouds, so I don't really expect much to change. But I'll let you know once I am running Vulcan, and we'll play around with it a little bit. Alrighty, here we go. We have the GPU on so people can board. It looks like this if you're gumming on and sitting in the back. Let's hop up here, though, and do the fuel. We're going to go here. Here. Shortest flight. Well, about the same as last time, which wasn't that long, but let's do 2.5 for fuel. Let's see if we can get in there by 8:45. Uh-oh, my mouse stopped a second. There we go. All right, let's go over here. Battery. Hide you first. Battery is on. External lighting. Now we can turn that on. Come outside to close the doors. We'll do the baggage door from the outside. We will hop inside to do the passenger door there. Everybody ready? Are you sure? And we'll come up here and swing around to do the start track door and then close the wing windows, or else they will close for us at a certain speed. Alright, emergency lights to normal and come down here. EFIS, EFIS, I said that right. Yep. Alright, hide that. And come down here for parking brake. Yes. Fuel switches again. We view the tanks auxiliaries used first. Boy, I did not say that, did I? On, auto. View the tanks. This doesn't select the tanks. Uses auxiliary first. Prop lever, I have a new preset for this. Let's reset all that. Prop lever to feather. Ignition switch. And ignition, let's do the right one first because we can. Once the turbine gets to 15, we'll let go. Introduce the fuel conditioners to low idle. Let's see if I can actually do that on screen super fast. So there's 14. Let's go up to 16. So we have time to come over here and go to low idle. There you go. And it's to be caught in time, barely. That'll run up and stabilize. And the sun just popped up and totally changed how bright it was. That was weird. Alright, it's stable. Let's turn on generator and left side, which will go faster because the conditioner's already up, because we only have one axis under yoke, so it turns up both at the same time. And about stable there, so left generator, close the guard, turn off the auto igniters, and avionics switch, where are you? There you are. AC bus. Turn off external power. The rudder boost between the seats, as we say every single time we fly this thing. Climate, yep. Turn those on. Heater, blower, let's do auto temp. It'll get like 127. It's really funny. Auto, furnace on, overspeed, and stall. Where's the click spot? There we go. We will tease the stall horn upon landing because it's fun. Alright, let's see flight plan in GIPS. Here we go. Whoops, wrong one. We're going to do flight plan. We're going to clear this out. Delete flight plan, yeah. We're going to do the same thing as last time. We're going to put in the destination. CYAY. So Charlie Yankee Alpha. Why does it want to go to November? Whoa, wait, and then Yankee again. CYAY. Oh, that's moving fast. This new mouse I have, this scroll wheel is crazy. Okie dokie, we'll go direct there just because I like to hit it again. Is there an approach? We will see in the air. Oh, again, Real World Brothers turned off because right now we're at both our departure and destination. It is completely fogged in with winds at 23 knots. So we cannot fly with world weather right now. Nor would we want to. We wouldn't be able to see anything. What am I doing? 25,000 feet. I am just chatting away. We're going to do 18,000 today. 18.3 because we can. So there we go. Once we're in the air, we will choose a runway or an approach based on what's most convenient because you don't need to worry about weather. CDI to GPS. Abaddon, let's clean this up a little bit. It does work if weather were turned on. Raised instruments, nothing. We're just going to follow the GPS. Altimeter barometer 29902 because real world weather, or is real world weather turned off. Let's see here. What am I doing? Cabin pressure. Actually, oh wait, we missed this last time. Test the warning and caution lights. I have a preset for that. There we go. Alright, cabin pressure 18.3, so we set this to 19.3. There's supposed to be a plastic cover here with a white arrow, I've been told, so that's about a 19.3 like that. Auto feather to arm. Where are you? Down here. Generator ties closed. Yeah, you betcha. Stall warning and pitot heat. We're not doing anti-ice anymore because half the time it starts engine on fire. Because it's like some bug that nobody believes me, but I've shown you on video with like consistent results. If I turn on some of these anti-ice and it'll start fires, and I reset the engine, do fires, turn them off, reset the engine, fine. Whatever, not gonna get into that today. All I just did, didn't I? TCAS is on, prop sync is on. Here we go. Yoke back in. Get ready to taxi this thing. Super easy. Can you tell we've done this thousands of times? We never get bored of it. There we go. Taxi. Props to taxi as well. Where's my thing for that? Where's the app for that? There you go. Should change sound, and they do. Conditioners low idle, and they are. And begin our taxi. Where are we going? Well, no wind. We can do whatever we want. There's a runway there. What's easiest to get to? Well, this is center field, midfield. Oh boy. I think this is shorter. Let's just go left to back taxi, burn a U-turn, and get out of here. Alright, so what are we going to do? We are going to take the parking brake off, get first set of flaps down. Takes a lot of throttle to get going because it thinks we're off-road, and then it takes off like crazy. Yeah, oh boy. Are we going to make this? We need some weird flashing again. Something is weird. My resolution is right. Yeah, 1440p. Weird. Come on. Oh gosh. Sorry, I was looking at my... What? Why won't we go anywhere? Come on. We're like literally stuck. Wow. That was weird. It like grabbed on the right wheel when I was looking at my resolution, and then it just stuck there. Very strange. Let's get taxi lights on since we're going on to the runway. Very strange. Alright, anyway. I thought I was going to say something else. Oh, those things were like flashing. But now they're not, so I don't know what. I don't know if that was recorded or not. Maybe it's just me. But everything's fine now. Very strange. Anyway, the Vulcan thing, I'm excited for it. And I've got a 2080, so it should run it, you know, without any issue. I'll make sure my drivers are up to date, all that good stuff. And then I have a screen capture of my current settings. And then what we'll do is we'll run some frame rate tests and then restart the sim with Vulcan enabled and do the same test with the same settings and compare. As I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, those with lower end machines should see an enormous increase in performance. I've been reading that people are getting between 10 and 100% or double, or 200% double, whatever, no, 100% double increase the frame rates. But then people with higher machines are like, I don't notice anything, which is what I would expect. So because I splurged on my 40th birthday, something, and got a really high-end rig, well, high-end for me, I don't expect much change with Vulcan. Maybe some less stuttering, because that's not a like quality of performance. That's not like a hardware beefiness issue, the stuttering. That's just the way it was coded, so that might help, although we haven't noticed much stuttering lately either. But frame rates, I don't expect any increase, maybe 10% at most, if even that. But like the stuttering that I talk about sometimes, that should go away, which I've actually just forgotten about because I've accepted it, that I forgot about the stuttering. So that's the point of Vulcan. You can read the tech stuff all you want. I'm not going to get into it. Plenty of people written about the technical reasons for it and what it does and everything, but I'm just telling you what I'm expecting, which is not much. Okie dokie, let's turn this around and get ready to go here. Oof. Let's see, come on, a little more rudder. There we go. Not terrible considering we have no peripheral vision. Oh, I spoke to another real life pilot the other day who does like these size planes. And they also do flight simulator in their basement all the time. And I asked, I said, okay, you do both flight sim and hey, I'm trying to do too many things at once. Flight sim and real world. I said, is my assumption correct that it's actually easier to fly in real life? He's like, heck yeah. He's like, it's not even anything to talk about. He's like, real life flying is so much easier than real world. Real world flying. Did I say that right? Real world flying is so much easier than flight sim, because he's flown the same planes in both. He's like, he's like, flying in real life, you have to be a lot more aggressive with like the yoke than you would a car, which is people don't understand until they get into a plane. Where the simulator is very touchy. And then he said, which my assumption was, you have all your senses are being used. You feel the aircraft, you feel all these things, you sense things, you have peripheral vision, which makes landing way easier in real life. So I've had like 10 pilots tell me that real life is easier than a sim. I'll never know, but I'd like to know that it is. So when I screw up in the sim, I like to think maybe I wouldn't have killed everybody in real life. So anyway, here we go. Let's start the timer. We're going to get some full fuel, full conditioner, full whatever that's called, props. I need to shush my mouth. We are going to get autopilot set up super fast. Nav and alt select. Climb. Whoops, I did that wrong. Climb. Let's do 1600. Let's do 1800. Alt select. Did I do that right? Hit the heading bug in case I screwed up. I don't know. Our timer's already running and everything's ready to go. I have a checklist. I just did not look at it. What did it say? Flaps down. Lights. I did the lights correct. Taxi, landing, collision, nav, trim, autopilot, start, stopwatch, collision, prop. Okay, I did everything. Okay, I just did not do it as smoothly as I could have. Here we go. Oh boy. I was setting paper down, not looking at the screen, and then I got off. Here we go. Very positive rate. Listening to my kids play Monopoly. Gear up. Flaps up. And do we do autopilot right away? Why not? We normally hand fly it for a minute or two, but just because we can, let's do autopilot right now. Nav lights were forgotten though. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna do? We are gonna bring back. Is it this one? This one. Let's bring back some torque and some props so we don't start on fire. We don't have a look outside. But we're gonna run this thing as hard as we can. And there we go. Let's have a look outside. Then we will manage what we need to do here. Look at that. And away we go. So basically we're going to head to that direction. We should see water on both sides. We should be high enough that we'll see water on both sides of us pretty much the whole way. Isn't that gorgeous? What do we get to see out the window? Looking good. Oh, look at that. Cool, we're going to stick right over the airport. Alright, one more brief moment here looking around, and then we really need to get some stuff under control here before we turn you loose as sightseeing. Just want to look a little bit more. I feel kind of silly using autopilot right away, but it is necessary. It was worth it. Well, not necessary, but it was worth it. Look at all that water. Look at the hills. I didn't realize it was so hilly here, because when we started, remember, the first leg of this Newfoundland thing was completely flat the whole time for like an hour and a half or something like that. Now it's just hilly and gorgeous. I gotta look this place up in real life. I forgot to. Alright, let's hop inside. Checklist. Why is that crooked? Because I'm lining this up. Throttles prospect. Yes. VNAV. 10 barometer 18,000. What it already is. Landing lights off at 10K. We'll get there in a minute. So VNAV in our approach. Okay. As gorgeous as this is, let's see what we got to do. VNAV. The airport's kind of on the water. Let's just say 500, just in case I need to do something at the airport. There, at 800 feet per minute. There we go, half an hour. That'll come down, obviously, very quickly once we reach top altitude or cruising altitude. That'd be fine. Okay, procedure. What do we got? Which way are we heading? About, what is this? 300. Oh no. Oh, right there, 44 degrees, 044. So if we have a runway closest to 4, that'd be easiest. Let's second approach. We got 10. Let's do 10 with GPS. And we have 2 options. I don't know where they are. Let's choose one. Let's just choose one. And let's see. Let's activate it just because we can. And let's see if it'll tell us what it looks like. Yeah, did I choose a bad choice? No, good. Boom, boom. We'll go straight. And we'll turn right to the airport. Good. I don't know where the other fix was. Probably over here somewhere. Maybe over here. Doesn't matter. So let's keep that zoomed like that. 35 minutes till we have to figure out how to land. 27 minutes to top a descent. The engines are fine. A little more torque because we get a little more throttle because we can. That's all there is, right? Checklist. Just landing lights off at 10K. Alrighty. Approach. We already have all that figured out. Landing lights, flap gear. That's it. Alrighty. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes of sightseeing. I'll turn the landing lights off at 10K myself, and I'll see you at top of descent. That's all there is to it. See you in a little bit. Alright, that was really quick, but it's time to descend a target. So what do we need to do? Very simple. We do our new altitude, and I don't really know what it is yet. Let's put in 1,000 feet because we'll be taking over from there anyway, most likely. And we just do descend. That's it. 100 feet per minute, and I'll select it selected. That is all. We're a little late because I'll sightseeing, but that's okay. We also need to watch our speeds and overspeeds to bring back throttles a little bit. And otherwise, I think this is going to work. It looks like we're going to do a little turn there and then turn into the runway. We'll see. We'll make adjustments if we need to as needed. Otherwise, 17 minutes until we have to do something. And I don't think we get that fancy altitude like we do on the G1000 where it tells us the altitude at each waypoint. Nope. It just tells us direction and distance. We'll figure it out. I guess I could look online while we're cruising along here, and I'll see if we can figure out our altitude. And my kids are loud. We have nothing to do for 16 minutes. More sightseeing for you. Look at this beautiful scenery. And I'll see in a moment. Oh, the one thing I didn't want to say, we can see water on both sides. See, there's water there. And we're heading out to that point, and there's water there. See? Just like I thought. Okie dokie. Now, I'll see you in a few moments. Alright, it's time to do stuff. If we look here, we have a minute and a half, and things seem to be going okay. But we gotta slow down. Way down. So let's bring those throttles back so we get down about 160 or so. And what else is gonna happen? How are we on the VSR? We're climbing, or coming down actually, because I just decreased my speed, so that is good there. Everything's looking fantastic. So I was not able to find our altitudes based on waypoint because my international research is terrible. So we're just gonna do what we do best and wing it, but we should be fine. We need to slow our speed down. That is all. Landing lights are on. Too early for flaps, too early for gear. Standard barometer. And we may get lateral and vertical navigation on the GPS. I don't know. If we do, I'm going to hit approach on autopilot and see if it brings us in. It may or may not. I don't know. Well, as we aim for about 1,000 feet, if that doesn't seem right, we'll go down all the way down to 500 with autopilot, that is. In fact, let's just bring this down to 800. That feels better. All right. Let's see. Okay, watch that speed. Let's not get any slower quite yet. So let's speed back up a little more throttles. There we go. All right. That's all. We're just gonna sit here and wait 45 seconds so we make our turn. And there it is, a little turn to the left. What a gorgeous sight. Look at that. That must be awesome in real life. I can only imagine. All right, back up front. Keep an eye on that speed. And we'll see how this goes. I'm also keeping an eye on the HSI to see what it's going to give us. And we'll determine if we have to take over manually or if we can try the approach button on the autopilot. You never know. I never know. You might know. I never know. And our turn on to final. There we go. Looking good so far. And looking great outside too. But we do have an airplane to land. So enough sightseeing. Time to get up front and fly this plane into the ground. Alright, lateral navigation and vertical navigation. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit approach now. Because those lit up. I think that's how you do it. So I'm going to do is just manage my speed with my throttles. So we're going to get gear down now. And for a set of flaps. And it's going to make autopilot mad. So we're going to use a bunch of throttle to stable that second flag. We're going to approach at that second flag, touchdown at that first flag. Maybe we'll tease the stall horn, see how I feel. Props full. And just keep an eye on things. Just use throttle control speed. That's all I'm doing. We're going to see if autopilot will do the rest. I really don't know. Because we're below glide slope, let's increase our autopilot to stop at, I don't know, 1,300, 1,400. Just because we're below glide slope, see? That way the airplane will level off until vertical navigation takes over. Yay! Do we have time to sightsee for one split second? Yeah, we got a minute till next waypoint. Let's do a little bit of sightseeing, and then we gotta stay in the cockpit and watch that speed, especially. Alright, how did we do? Good, our speed was consistent and is following glide slope on its own. Holy moly, rock and rolly. I can't believe it. Okay, this won't auto land, but it'll get us close. Of course we can hand land this thing just fine. We've done it millions of times, but for fun, let's let the autopilot take us in a little bit more. Ready to go. And now what? I'm using my throttle to control speed like usual. Okay, it's going to bring us in. I don't know how far it'll bring us in. Eventually it'll like lift off and turn to the right sharply. So we're going to want to stop autopilot before that point, or else we will run into some issues. We might not be able to recover. So, keeping our speed between the flags. I think we'll disengage autopilot now, since we're about 700 AGL. Although I'm really curious to see how far it's going to take us in, but if it goes kittywampus on us, we won't recover. So let's see here. Ooh, what do we do? Should we stay? Should we keep autopilot going? Okay. Boom, turn it off. There we go. Airplane is in our control. Let's keep our speed down a little bit, but let's stay on glide slope if we can. I'm using the instruments, not looking outside. And then we are going to report runway in sight and look outside now. And speed is good, everything is good. I think speed is getting a little slow, but that's okay. We're not worried about the touchdown zone. We're just going to land wherever it is that we land. Keep throttles engaged so we don't get sucked down. It feels like we're coming in hot, but I don't want to get sucked down. So we're just going to come down, late flare, and let it come down all by itself. Ooh, it floated. Now we're going to stall. Maybe not. There, we did stall. Good. Tease that stall horn like I wanted. Nose wheel down gently. And reversers and brakes on this one. There you go. Stop on a dime. Look at that. Flaps coming in. Get ready to back taxi. Bring conditioners back to low idle. Props back to taxi. You can hear the changes even though you can't see them. So I kind of overdid my late flare because of the whole like keep throttles engaged so you don't get sucked down thing. But that's okay. We end up teasing the stall horn, touchdown very smooth. So that was definitely a success in my book. So where are we headed now? First of all, we're going to stop the clock. 40 minutes, 41 minutes. Landing lights are still on because we're on the runway. And let's see, where are we going exactly? We are going, yeah, right up there and turn to the left and we'll see where that takes us. Alrighty, slow down a little bit, turn off here. And then as soon as we straighten out, we will get our lighting and stuff changed. But we need to get going straight first so I can look around and not run off the taxiway. So here we go. That worked for us. Alright, landing lights off, taxi lights on. Oh, yeah, that's right, ground. Turn these on so people can get their belongings gathered. And how do we do? Terrible. Let's get back in the middle here. So where are we going exactly? Do we ever know where we're going? No idea. How are we going to fit through there? I guess we're just going to go to this big open space and whoever's getting a ride have to walk up to the office to get in the car, I guess. Oh, look out, buddy. That's exactly where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going. Alright, very nice. Very nicely done airport. Actually, we'll just go out here then make a U-turn. Alright, see how this goes. Is it going to make us be stuck in the dirt here? Gonna be anchored right there in the dirt. Yep. Fine, good enough. Alright, let's stop, hop inside, set that parking brake. Alrighty, let's shut this thing down. All external lights off. There we go. Fuel off. Props back first of all, because that's my favorite sound in the world. And then fuel off. And then we come over here, we use external power. Come on. We'll use external power. Battery off, shut off, anything you want to screw around with. It's all up to you. Turn it all off, turn none of it off, doesn't matter. Open the wing window, come here. There we go. Open the doors, keep the cabin lights on though so people can still see what they're doing. See, because external power. There we go, hop outside. Come over here, spin around and do the baggage door and the static elements. And we are all set. Newfoundland. Second leg across Newfoundland. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I don't have much else to say. It's going to be a short outro today. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you for giving me support. If you have access, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. Hit that like button so we can play the YouTube algorithm game. And with my new real life schedule, I might see you tomorrow. I might not. I'll see you when I see you regardless.